Ah, salary negotiation. Just saying those two words can make you feel a little anxious, right? But what if I told you it's not something to be afraid of, but actually a skill you can totally master? This is a huge moment in your career, so let's flip that script and turn that anxiety into real confidence. Okay, picture this. You've just crushed the interviews, you've impressed the team, and then there it is, the salary question. Your heart starts pounding, your palms get a little sweaty. I mean, who hasn't been there? But here's the good news. Getting ready is way simpler than you might think. It's not about some magic phrase. It's all about having a solid game plan. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. See, confidence isn't just something you're born with. It's something you build. And the foundation for that confidence? It's all in the preparation. So here's our roadmap for building that foundation together. First up, we'll get into the right mindset. Then, we'll dive into your pre-interview playbook. After that, we'll talk about how to navigate the actual negotiation. And finally, we'll cover how to seal a really great deal. All right, first things first, let's talk about the most important piece of the puzzle, your mindset. Look, this isn't about being pushy or making demands. It's all about a simple shift in how you see it, moving from a place of fear to one of focused professional teamwork. So think about it like this. On one side, you've got the confrontation mindset. It's defensive, it's rigid. Honestly, it's all based on fear. But then, over on the other side, you've got the conversation mindset. Now, this is our goal. It's not a fight. It's a collaborative chat about the value you bring to the table. It's about finding a win-win. Okay, so now that our mindset is locked in, let's get tactical. Welcome to Section 2, your pre-interview playbook. This is where the real work gets done. Seriously, like 90% of a successful negotiation is decided right here, before you even step foot in the interview room. Your playbook really boils down to two key steps to start. Step 1, you absolutely have to research your market value. What are people with your skills and experience making in your location? And step 2 is just as crucial. You've got to understand what the employer actually needs. What are their big problems? Where are they trying to go? When you can draw a straight line from your skills to their problems, you completely change the game. And here's a huge takeaway for you. Negotiate with data, not just feelings or assumptions. Jump online, use salary tools, look at industry reports, find those benchmarks. Because when you walk in armed with actual numbers and market data, you're not just asking for something. No, you're presenting a solid professional case. Now, all this prep work feeds into something bigger, your professional brand. I mean, think about it for a second. The story of what you're worth, it starts way before you even open your mouth in an interview. It's all right there in your resume, your LinkedIn profile, that whole digital footprint you leave. And that's why this brand is such a big deal. A killer resume or a sharp LinkedIn profile, it sends a huge signal. It shows you're serious. It makes your value proposition crystal clear. It makes you way more competitive. And you know what else it does? It gives you a massive confidence boost before you even get to the table. That's huge. All right, so you've done the homework, your brand is looking sharp. Now for the main event, navigating the actual conversation. This is where all that prep work really starts to pay off. So let's break this part down into 3 more key steps. First up, timing is everything. You really want to wait to talk money until after they've decided they want you on the team. Next, it's all about how you communicate your value right then and there. And finally, a super important tactic. Always present a strategic range, not just one single number. Okay, let's double click on communicating value, because this is critical. Don't just go down a list of your old job duties. Anyone can do that. You need to talk about your impact. Did you make things more efficient? Did you save the company money? Did you help bring in more revenue? Use those real, measurable wins to build your case. See how that shifts the whole conversation from just what you did to the actual value you created? Think about it. If you just throw out a single number, say 85,000, it can really back you into a corner. It feels kind of rigid, right? But if you present a well-researched range, like I'm targeting between 87 and 95,000, it does a couple of really smart things. First, it anchors the conversation where you want it to be, but it also shows you're flexible, and you guessed it, that you've done your homework. Okay, you've handled the conversation like a pro, and you're getting close to an agreement. So let's talk about our final section, sealing a great deal. The secret here, a great deal is almost always about more than just that one salary number. You've really got to zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. The salary, that's just one piece of the pie. The total compensation package, that's the whole dessert. That's what really tells you the true value of an offer. So your total package is going to have your base salary for sure, but it also includes stuff like performance bonuses, the value of your health insurance, maybe even a budget for learning and development. And every single one of those things has a real dollar value attached to it. And hey, don't stop there. What other high-value perks are on the table? Could you get more flexible vacation time? What about remote work options? I mean, think of the time and money you'd save on commuting. What does the growth path look like? Are stock options part of the deal? Sometimes a company might be a little tight on the base salary, but have a ton of flexibility on benefits. So you've got to be ready to look at the whole shebang. And last but not least, you've got to know when to wrap it up. Once you've landed on terms you're genuinely happy with, don't keep nickel and diming. Stop pushing. The whole point is to kick off this new job on a super positive note. So accept the offer, tell them how excited you are to start, and just close the whole thing out professionally. So if there's one thing you remember from all this, let it be this simple formula. Preparation plus professionalism, that equals power. It's what takes you from making a nervous ask to having a confident, professional conversation about what you're worth. At the end of the day, this is about more than just a bigger paycheck. It's about getting recognized for the incredible, unique value that only you can bring. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What is your value really worth? Because now you've got the tools to go find out.